Hello, it's Ryan from 2MinuteTennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can win more points in singles when your opponent comes to the net. Now, a big thank you goes over to Matt Lynn on YouTube. I put his link in the description below. Make sure you give him a subscription. He has incredible pro and college footage. All right, so let's watch this video or this point in its entirety, and then we'll diagram it. Yeah, let's go, Jake. All right, so check this out. This is the second serve. I guess his name's Jake. This is the second serve, and he hits it, and the ball lands quite short in the court. And man, you can see this returner. Look at this is actually perfect technique. He's stepping forward with pre-movement. Watch the returner split steps, and the split step happens after contact is hit. That's what you want. You want your split step to actually be after the opponent hits the ball in all situations, because it'll actually synchronize your head and your feet when your brain recognizes where the ball is going. His shoulder turn, this all of a sudden turned into a return a serve video, but I got to show you this. His shoulder turn is his backswing. Strings are facing down, like this. Strings are facing down, just like Diego Schwartzman, as I've shown in the past. And he just blisters this return right back up the middle, super deep. And that's really a great tactic to use, is to return hard right up the middle. You really like jam your opponent. Now, Jake down here is in a little bit of trouble because boy is he feeling the heat. Remember, on his serve, he's somewhat inside the baseline right now, and now he's having to retreat as he's hitting this ball. So the player in white, this is Washington. The Washington player is moving backward. So he's in a little bit of trouble. He's playing defensively right now, which isn't bad. It's just that he's moving back. So in this situation, it would seem like, oh, you just go over here. It'd be so easy. It's not, because that ball is coming in so fast. It'd be very, very easy to miss this wide net or long. So what I recommend to my students, and what I'm going to recommend to you, the viewer, is when your opponent is coming forward, try hitting the ball low to them first. Just hit down the middle, low. You're not going to get hurt in that situation, right? It's not like they're just going to crush winners when you get it low to them. When you hit it low to them, they're either going to miss the volley or they're going to hit a weak volley. It's really one of the two things that's going to occur, and that's exactly what happens here. So the player in white, Washington player, he hits the ball really low, and watch his upward swing, by the way. Look how he's finishing up above his head. And that's very Nadal-like, or it's almost like the buggy whip, where he's finishing up. That's to impart a ton of topspin on this ball to help him get that ball to the feet. Now, he's probably also doing it because he played the ball late. Look how jammed he is, because this ball was coming in so fast. So he's playing the ball late, but he's going to make sure he swings up to put topspin on it. And watch this ball. Barely dips over the net. That's what you're trying to do. Now, you don't have to get it that close to the net. Look how low he got this, by the way. Man, he got that ball low over the net. So that's low margin for error, but he's trying his best to go for the right shot. Sometimes you do it just by the skin of your teeth, which is great. But this is a half volley that he's given the opponent, right? So a half volley, typically the ball's going to pop up, and he could have just given it a little higher over the net. It's not like he meant to hit 1 inch over the net on purpose, but he was just trying to keep it low. Even if he just barely got it over the net, maybe a little higher, it would have been a low volley. The goal is to get your opponent to play the ball below net level. When that happens, they will typically pop it up. So now here's the pop-up, and the Washington player in white, the black player in black, pops the ball up. Player in white is now moving over, and he actually pulls himself completely off the court. I don't know if I agree with this, but he must really like his forehand. So he pulls himself completely off the court in order to hit a forehand. But now, he had the time to do it because he got it low to the Stanford player's feet. And then, boom, he crushes this ball cross court for a winner. And the Stanford player just stands and watches. So when your opponent comes forward and they just blast the ball and you're in trouble, don't feel like you have to hit a winner or a passing shot. This is what he's in right now is what I call a red situation. When you're in a red situation where you're defensive, don't be going for green shots. Green shots being offensive. When you're in a red situation, go for a red shot, which means you're trying to really play defensively. At worst, or actually I would say at best, you could call this more of a neutral shot, where he's just trying to hit the ball low and not trying to end the point. He's just trying to make life difficult for the Stanford player who's coming in. I watch so many recreational singles players who are in trouble and they go for the hero shot. They're in a red situation and they go for a green shot. So you can see he hits the ball low to him, gets the pop-up, and then he goes for the pass. So let's watch this point again in its entirety. Maybe we'll watch it twice and just watch how all of a sudden the player in white was defensive and then he was offensive. So aim to your opponent's feet when they come in, and there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.